So we're gonna kind of wing this one again, and this is gonna be a creepy mouth cage thing over my mouth. Let's do it. You're gonna want a nice even base to start off with. So cover your lips in concealer or foundation so that it's the same color as your skin. Excuse me, bangs. You will need liquid latex and some cotton balls. Roll it out, tear off a small piece, then we'll be able to make a mustache. So pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to lay liquid latex down on our upper lip and then set the cotton on top of that. Cover that cotton in liquid latex until it's pretty fully saturated, and this is how you're going to be able to mold it. And then you just want to start pulling at the bottom so that you get that really gross, piecey kind of effect. Keep repeating this process until the top lip is covered. Make sure you're blending the edges that are away from your mouth into your skin so that it's got a seamless finish. Sometimes I find that using a palette knife helps better for this than just using the wedge sponge itself. Oh, my mustache is really starting to come together. I would make a sexy old man. The key to this look, like many other SFX looks, is variance and randomization. Keep varying width, size, shape, and placement. Then once you start to look like Hulk Hogan, it's time to move on to the bottom lip / chin. So I started to do the same thing underneath. Lay down liquid latex, lay cotton on top, cover it up. But in doing so, I realized that before I cover up my whole mouth in cotton, I might want to paint the inside the color that it's going to be, right? That makes sense, right? I took red, brown, and black aqua paints, filled in the mouth area, and then pretended like it never happened by going back to the cotton. But just so you guys know, you should put this red base color down before you start putting cotton on top. Otherwise, you're going to screw yourselves like I almost just did. You can also take really thin pieces of cotton and add them in yourself if you find that there's any gaps that you want filled. So after taking a step back and looking at it, I decided that it was kind of a puny mouth and I wanted it to be wider. So I put my red down first, and then I built up the sides using the cotton and latex. I also went in with my palette knife and poked around a little to open some of the holes. Alright girl, or boy, now that your skin is looking shapely, it's time to color it. But only after we dance. And dry, because if you don't dry first, you're not going to be able to paint on the wet latex anyway, and you're going to ruin your brushes. Who said you could stop? So to paint, I'm starting out with a brown aqua color by Krylon, and I'm going to put that all over the surface of the cotton and latex. But I'm not going to put it on super opaque. The reason we're doing this is to make it darker so that when we put our foundation color on top of everything, it'll blend out much more evenly, rather than it being extremely light where the cotton is. So once we've got our darker base on the cotton and latex, then you can put your foundation color over top and it should blend out very evenly into your skin. Then using a red aqua paint, I'm going to accentuate all of the crevices and natural indentations in the cotton and extend some of the holes both downward and upwards. This is going to make it look a lot more jagged and a lot creepier. Then I'm taking a cool toned brown eyeshadow and I'm going to dust that over the entire thing lightly with a fluffy brush. And what this does is it gives a little bit of extra texture and is another way to make things look more realistic and to blend with your skin. So I thought I was about done here, which is when I started adding scab blood. This part's pretty easy, just get in there. I usually use a palette knife for this, but you can also use Q-tips, or you can use your fingers if you're not feeling too trypophobic at this point. But Lord knows I am, so f*** that. But once again, after stepping back and looking at it, I decided that it wasn't done and it needed to be a little bit bruised. I used this dark purple cream paint to do that. I covered the entire area lightly, and I put down the color heavier as I was pulling out away from the gaps. And that's how you do this look. Halloween is over, so you may be wondering, what occasion can I possibly wear this at anytime soon? Might I suggest Black Friday? It could make people get out of your way if you're trying to get that big screen TV. Just saying. Plus it looks good in both regular light for those of you shopping inside of Walmart, and low light for those of you waiting outside of Walmart looking like the stampede that caused Mufasa's death. I know, too soon. But let's be honest, you don't really need an excuse to wear this. If you're an SFX fan, then Halloween is our day. Free home Alabama. Oh, I've been thinking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre this whole time for some reason. And I'm really not sure why. This has nothing to do with it, but it's what I'm channeling. This is what my face looked like before. And this is what my face looked like after.
You got a tan.
I did, which is very hard to do. I get really tan. I'm getting a tan right now. That's how it works, right? I don't... Oh yeah! What's that face for?
Make it.
What do I look like? Oh, good. So this is a tutorial on how to properly line your lips. This is the right way to wear it for